Let's go.
So, do you have the choice of your character before the project?
No. I was lucky enough to be cast as Evie.
Okay.
But before that, I did audition for another role, which was Princess Audrey, the daughter of Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I auditioned for Evie, and that's how I got the role.
And which character of Disney is your favorite?
J'ai toujours aimé Belle. She's my favorite because she was the first Disney princess avec les cheveux châtains comme moi et les yeux marrons. So I always dressed like her tous les Halloween. So she was definitely always my favorite.
You played the role of Evie, the
Yes.
daughter of the Evil Queen. Can you tell us more about this character?
Yes. Evie is the daughter of the evil queen from Snow White, La Reine Méchante. And she was born in l'île de l'oubli, or the Isle of the Lost. And being her mother's daughter, Evie believed that the most important thing in life was beauty, elle ne voit que la beauté. And she thought that a prince had to give her her happy ending. So during her journey in Oradon, she discovers herself, and she discovers that she really is beautiful, that she can be confident, and that true beauty, la véritable beauté, n'est pas seulement externe, mais c'est interne. So it's a story of girl power, pouvoir de fille.
Did you know Kenny Ortega director or work before this movie?
Yes, I've been a dancer since I was 3 years old. So as a dancer, I was a huge fan of Kenny's. His work with Michael Jackson and High School Musical. So I was a huge fan. So to work with him was a dream.
In your opinion, what is the best Disney villain?
In my opinion, unbiased, the evil queen, La Reine Méchante. She was always my favorite because even though she was so evil, she was always very fabulous, and there was something royal to her, and I always loved her.
What do you think about this original project and to make a new use of these classics?
Yes. Well, when I read the script, I was blown away. I thought it was absolutely brilliant to really give the world the continuation of the fairy tale, like kind of what happens after the happily ever after. I thought it's really spectacular because these classic characters we've all grown up with, all generations, my grandparents, my parents, my generation, the younger generation, and it's something that has become a part of our childhoods, a part of who we are. So to kind of give us the story afterwards, I think is really brilliant, and I feel very honored to be a part of it.
What was the most difficult challenge that you have met during the shooting?
The most difficult challenge, I would say, was working with green screen. It was my very first film, so that was already kind of intimidating. And to work in a green screen was also my first time, and it was very, very cool to really have to completely rely on your imagination and just really create and imagine that world around you, because all you see is literally green. So that was probably the biggest challenge.
Thank you.
What are the differences between Evie and the Evil Queen?
Well, in the beginning, they seem to be very similar because the evil queen has taught everything she knows to Evie, and Evie strives to be just like her mother. So she teaches her to be vain and to believe that beauty is everything in life and that she needs a prince. But as you'll discover in the movie, there's a lot more to Evie. And she actually discovers that, unlike her mom, she doesn't need a prince. She believes that she is intelligent and that beauty isn't on the outside, it's on the inside.
What can you say about your work with Dove Cameron, Mitchell Hope, and Boo Stewart J?
Oh, we had such an amazing time. We became like family on set, all of us. It really was so much fun.
What do you think about the relation between your character and Snow White?
That's a great question. Well, Evie grows up obviously not liking Snow White because the evil queen has told her that Snow White is not a good person, obviously. But I think Evie's style is very much inspired in Snow White's style, and the blues, and Evie's more love of princess style is very much inspired in Snow White, and also Evie's want of a Prince Charming, I think, is also inspired in Snow White.
Can we expect the songs in the movie?
Yes, expect a lot of awesome musical numbers, epic choreography. My favorite is definitely the opening number. It's when you first meet the villains, and we're in the Isle of the Lost, l'île de l'oubli, and it's epic, spectacular.
Could you sing a sample?
Oh, the song? Yeah, I could. They say I'm trouble. They say I'm bad. They say I'm evil. That makes me glad. It's a little snippet.
Thank you.
It's your first experience in a movie. Did you like it?
Oh, it was a dream. I always say that it's like my own fairy tale. C'est un rêve qui se fait réalité. It's, since I was 3 years old, I was twirling around my house, dreaming of one day being able to do this for a living, to perform, and to, we all wanted to be princesses when we were younger, and to be able to be Evie and to be in part of such an incredible film with such a beautiful company is really a dream.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie, of the princesses, I always loved Belle, Beauty and the Beast. And now my favorite is probably Frozen, with Elsa and Anna, obviously. I just love the story. I think it's very empowering for girls that for the first time, she didn't need a prince to save her. It was the love between two sisters, and I really love that.
And your favorite song, Let It Go?
I love Let It Go, but my favorite Disney song is probably My Reflection from Mulan.
So this year, so Descendants will be on the TV,
Yes.
and in theaters we've got Into the Woods. What do you think about this movie?
Oh, I loved it. I love all the Disney movies.
Yep.
And I love musicals as well, so I loved it. Meryl Streep, everyone, Emily Blunt. It was a beautiful film.
So do you think we could have a sequel?
I hope so.
Or maybe a TV show?
I would love that. Who knows? I hope so. I think the villain kids have a really beautiful story to tell, so I hope so.
How did you prepare yourself for this role?
So, I've been dancing and singing since I was a little girl, so I started taking, I would say maybe a little bit more dance classes per week just to prepare for the dance element. And then right before the movie, Kenny had us in basically like a dance boot camp for 3 weeks where we just danced all day. It was a lot of fun. So that's how we prepared for the dance elements. And when it came to the role of Evie, I kind of tried to find this delicate balance between a girl who is just in love with the fairy tale and is in love with the idea of marrying a prince and being a princess, while also finding the edginess and the toughness that comes with being raised in the Isle of the Lost. So it's that delicate balance between being a villain in the exterior, but possibly being better at heart. So finding that in between was really nice.
Do you think you could play another character?
In the movie?
Yes,
Oh,
if you have the choice.
if I had the choice. I don't think I would play anyone else. I really, j'aime Evie. I love her. I love her story, her fashion. I think I got very lucky when I was cast as Evie. I wouldn't have asked for anything else.
Do you have next project after?
Yes, I just finished shooting my second film with Disney Channel, and it's called Adventures in Babysitting, which will come out next year. and it's starring alongside Sabrina Carpenter from Girl Meets World. And I also just started working on my album about a month ago, and I've recorded 3 tracks so far, and as soon as I get back to LA, I'll get back into the studio to keep recording.
What kind of music your album?
It's definitely rhythmic pop. I'm a dancer, so I wanted to be able to dance to my music and have people dance to my music. And I'm also going to write, I've been writing since I was 10, and I've always loved to write more like soulful ballads. So I'm sure I'll have a couple of those in the album as well. So it's like pop with a little bit of soul.
Do you have a title?
Not yet. That's a good question though. Not yet. Are you think of one?
Concerning your album, can you talk about your work with Hans Zimmer production team?
Oh yes. Actually, it's a fantastic question. I was lucky enough to be able to work with Hans Zimmer's team about a year ago, and I had written some songs in both English and Spanish, and we kind of brought them to life with them, and they did the most incredible productions, and it was a dream to be in that studio. I walked into his piano and I just touched it just to see if I could get a little bit of genius. But yes, it's fantastic.
Good.